Now, you could say that my next two guests are a bit of an odd couple. He's a comedian from County Monaghan who over the years has played everything from a gormless priest to, well, a gormless superhero, while she is originally from Boston and spent 9 years playing a doctor on the American television drama E.R. And together, they're playing a married couple in a new production in the Gate Theatre in Dublin. So would you welcome, please, Maura Tierney and Ardlo Hanlon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome both.
Hi.
Thank you.
If I may begin with the lady.
Yes, of course.
Go ahead.
Hey!
It's a cheap shot.
It's good, though. It gets us off to a good start. I'd like to wish you a happy birthday for yesterday.
Thank
Congratulations, and I hope you had a lovely... At that point, you normally wish her well. Had to prompt them a little bit.
I know.
Did you have a pleasant day?
They don't have to enjoy my birthday. I enjoyed it, so.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you do anything special, or was it...
I did. Well, the cast was very nice to me. I got presents.
Good.
Cake.
We give her presents every day.
Yeah.
She's Hollywood.
She gets she gets the treatment.
Special treatment, yeah.
Okay, well, congratulations on
Thank
that front. And then you're a married couple in this play, Ardle, and is that working out for you both?
Yes, I think so. I mean,
It's only our second show tonight. But...
Yes.
How'd it go?
So if we're a little bit tired, we may need to...
A little.
Yeah.
I've got jellies here, whatever you need,
Okay.
I can sort you out.
No, I see more of Maura now than I do of my own wife. I don't mean that way.
it.
I mean, I see her more often.
I have a shovel here as well, if you want to...
So we're a married couple. We go to this other married couple's home to discuss a bullying incident that happened between our respective children.
Yes.
And all hell breaks loose. So it's all very polite on the surface, all very civilised, but it all descends into madness. And
Are you enjoying the experience, or are you nervous?
It's absolutely terrifying.
Are you?
mean, it's like I'm a stand-up comic, you know. That's my comfort zone, and so here it's different because it's such a team thing.
Yeah.
So we have to look after each other.
Neither one of us have as much theatre experience as the other two actors do.
It's Donna Dent and Owen Rowe, who are brilliant. And
Yes.
it's
Yeah,
an
fantastic.
education for us to just
But
watch them in
they're
action.
bored treaders, if you like.
Yes,
And
for sure.
you're
And we're
camera
The reason
people.
we're here is they're still there. You just can't get them off the stage. So
They keep going. You've got 3 children, is
Yes.
that right? Are you bringing any of that to bear in your
well, yeah, I mean,
preparation
it's a very sensitive subject, as I'm sure the audience will appreciate. I mean, any criticism of your child. I mean, what's happened here is that our child has hit their child with a stick and knocked out 2 of their teeth. So, and so any criticism of your child, you take it very, very personally because that's criticism of you.
Yes.
So, it's just a very sensitive area. You know yourself. I mean, you've got kids and, like I remember one little incident. My daughter came in and she was really upset and she said, this girl, let's call her Zoe.
Oh, great.
No, I mean, it's not her real name.
No.
Yeah, her real name is Linda. But she came in, my daughter, and she was genuine, she was upset. She was about 8 years old, and she just said, oh, Zoe was mean to me. And, I was going, what's wrong with you? Like this. And she was going, she was a bit mean. And I said, don't worry about Zoe. She's just a bit of an idiot. Like...
I know.
And you can't really say things like that because the next day, my daughter was getting a lift home from this girl, Zoe, and her mother. And she turned to her and she said, my daddy thinks you're a big idiot. And the mother said, oh, what's this about? What's this? And she rings my wife. This actually happened. And she rings my wife and said, what's this about your husband calling my daughter a big idiot? And like before you know it, then I'm on some sort of a register. I have to leave the country. It's like, it's just a very sensitive area.
Yeah, you have to be careful. Maura, I must ask you, because we met before on another show a few years ago, and we touched on, but didn't get to dwell on enough your Irish connection, because the Maura Tierney connection. Remind us where it's from and how close it is, the connection.
My grandparents came here from Leitrim.
They're from Leitrim
Yes.
originally, okay.
Yeah.
And did
Neither one of them are with us any longer, unfortunately.
Okay. And when they left Leitrim, they went to, was it Boston?
Yes.
Okay, and what sort of...
Very logical progression there, isn't it? Leitrim to Boston.
Yeah, so, well, it's...
You don't get much the other way around.
No, they didn't tend to switch. But did you have the very Irish-American upbringing there?
I did. Yeah, no, I did, yeah.
And what was that like? How Irish was it? How did you feel?
I don't know. It's how we identified as a family. I guess because my father, my mother's side isn't as Irish as my dad's, but that's just what I am. I don't know.
Tea and prayer, probably.
Tea and prayer, yes. You cross yourself if an ambulance went by and stuff like that.
Yes, yeah.
But I don't know if that Irish or Catholic.
Did you go to Catholic school?
I did, yeah.
Okay, and was it a nun there that was kind of facilitated or at least prompted you into public speaking? Is that the case?
Oh, yeah, how'd you know that?
Well, because I'm stalking you for years now.
I did. No. There was this nun, Sister Matthew, who was incredibly mean, very, very mean woman. Probably unhappy, you know, but I don't know. Then one day she just said, "Come out in the hall," and I was terrified because I didn't know what was going on. And then she told me there was a poetry contest, poetry reciting contest, and she wanted me to be the one from class to do it. And I have no idea why she chose me, but it was my first sort of performing thing. And I had to go study. Did I ever tell, I didn't even tell you this, in the library with this nun.
We'll ask you.
This other nun that was like my coach, was like 100, like very, very, very old woman.
Yeah.
And I'd be saying my my poem. It was The Lady of Shalott. And the nun would just go like this. And every day I'd be like, "Oh, please don't let her be dead. Just please don't let her be dead today." And I'd have to sort of go like that. So she'd wake up and everything would be all right. But it was torturous. It was really torturous.
Well, that was your first taste of
But yeah,
life.
so that was a good thing she did for me.
Now, you do have this in common, that your dad became, again, following the very Irish, American tradition, became a politician in Boston, is that right? And, of course, your dad's announced his retirement recently from Irish politics. And so I'll start with you. In your house, yeah, we might as well. Yes. Were you knocking on doors? Were you help? Were you a hindrance? I mean,
no, I would have been a bit of a hindrance. I mean, it was something that I tried to avoid. You know, I mean, because like I'd go to the doorsteps. I'd be forced to do it, and I literally pushed up the garden paths and go up, "Hello, will you vote for my daddy?" And they'd explain to me why they wouldn't, and I'd agree with them. You know, yeah, that's fair enough. But, you know, it was like something that, like, I'm desperately interested in politics. You know, I love politics. I love the issues. I'm very concerned about all those kind of things and concerned about the country and where we're going and everything. But, you know, it just wasn't for me, party politics. You know, it's kind of incompatible with what I do, you know.
Well, because you can't worry about offending anybody. Or you have to do
if you're a comic and you know, and a satirist or whatever, like, you just have to be independent of politics, you know. You might have private thoughts on it, but you know, you kind of have to steer clear of that. I always felt that from an early age.
Sure. Let's discuss your private thoughts.
I know. I was thinking
Let's discuss your private thoughts. What are your thoughts?
You wouldn't want to.
No. But so you didn't want to go down the doing what your dad did for a living route.
And I think it's interesting, and I mean, you know, kind of a serious point. Like, you know, today you have this kind of, people are demanding a new politics. They're calling for it, and you know, it's understandable why people are doing that. But what people need to understand is that politics is a vocation like you know, like the priesthood, or like I don't know, even I suppose theatre. It's something that is in the blood. You know what I mean? I don't think you can just enter it naively or vainly. I mean, even I sometimes get asked, "Would you be interested in following in your father's footsteps?" Or even recently I was asked, "Would you be part of this independent sort of group?" Yeah. And like, you know, no, you know, it's you have to be cut out for that. You need certain qualities. Now, it's not always very evident to the public at large what those qualities are, but you need them, you know. And
that's the Democracy Now movement, which kind of fell before it got up. And
but I think people realise that, you know, you're not made of the right stuff.
Yeah.
So I just think it would be kind of foolish to expect too much too soon. I think.
Have you been asked to run for political office?
Only in a roundabout way, but you know,
what does that mean?
Would you ever run? I mean, I've never been asked to run at all. I wouldn't be able to do that. But no,
it's an Irish answer to an Irish question.
Okay, got it. Well, that sounds like a very political answer to it.
Yes, it does. I think maybe it's not as far removed from the DNA as you might suggest.
It's just
exactly.
It's like, you know, you need such extraordinary commitment and dedication. And I know, again, that's an unpopular thing to say, to almost come out in defence of the animal that is the politician.
Sure.
But it's just like, you need this extraordinary drive. You need to be mad. You know, you need to be demented, like, to want to do that, and to be prepared to take the slings and arrows and all of that stuff that goes with it.
It's the same thing as acting.
Is it?
Don't you think you need to be mad and demented to take all of the slings and arrows that go with being a performer?
I never thought of it like that.
What do you see as slings and arrows as an actor?
Well, I'm just saying you're very vulnerable. Like, we're very vulnerable. We're very vulnerable to judgment, and you're putting yourself out there. I mean, because I did a talk show once in Los Angeles, and that guy said to me, "Would you ever go into politics?" And I was like, "No. It's such a difficult," exactly what you said, which he laughed at me, because it's sort of describing show business.
Yeah.
You know, it is also a vocation. It's also you have to be dedicated. And,
Well, you saw it. Your late father Joe. He ran for like the mayor of Boston. It's an extremely influential position, and he was elected to office though before that.
he was on the city council for 16 years. Yeah.
So you would have grown up in that house where deals were being done and kind of, or at least it would have been a political house.
Yes.
To say the least.
Yeah, but I loved it. I mean,
Yeah.
I really had a good time because we had that. You know, Boston. It was local politics, city politics. So a lot of people get involved, and I met all kinds of like wacky, crazy people that are fanatical about politics, and they're, you know, it was fun for me.
And do you have that interest in politics still in America? Are you?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we're having a hard time there too in terms of just getting it together with our government. You know. Same
But did
thing.
you ever get asked? Like I used to get asked when I was growing up, even from a very young age. I mean, 10, 11, 12. People would come to me and say, "Is there anything I could do about getting them off the drink driving case, or you know, help with planning permission or that sort of stuff, or
But
could I
you see,
get,
does
could I
Maura
get
know
my
that-
Y50 on the television or anything,
Right.
stuff like that?"
Does Maura know that you were in Falvey? Does she?
No, I haven't told her anything about me. I've been very mysterious.
Tell her. You tell her.
No, I was in a sitcom in Ireland, a short-lived sitcom in Ireland on RT last year. Owen was in it as well.
Oh, yeah,
Owen
I
Rowe,
know
who's
that.
in the show, and we played a politician and his kind of fixer.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know what it was about.
Yeah.
And was that when the line started blurring about, listen, any chance you'd fix that thing for me? I mean, did that happen to you?
Yeah. No, absolutely. That happened like from an early age, and you know that was they just, I don't know why they thought I'd be able to help them do stuff like
Well,
that.
the lines blur. I want to show our viewers a quick clip from Eeyore because a lot of people were very excited you were coming here tonight
Okay.
because they're huge Eeyore fans
Okay.
in the country.
Oh gosh, I wonder what this is going to
Quick
be.
look at this.
Hey, Frank. Anything besides fender benders?
Well, a guy in number 4 got scalded while driving by the hospital by some crazy broad who was throwing coffee. He thought she was a nurse.
Probably someone from ICU. They're really wacky up there.
Abby! Chest pain?
When did it start?
10, 15 minutes ago. We came right in. What does it feel like?
Heavy, here.
Are you on any medications?
Lipitor and aspirin.
All right. First day labs, 12 lead, low pressure and nitro.
Got it. Is he having a heart attack?
We'll have to look at the EKG before I can tell you that.
What?
I have no idea what was wrong with that patient. No memory. I remember the actress, but not the actor. Maybe he died right away.
Did you have that line blurring issue we were talking about? Did people ask you try and diagnose whether in a jocose way or for real?
Yeah, no, not so much, no. I mean, the problem was the other way around. All the actors sort of thought they knew more than they did.
Oh, right,
no one
they
came
were-
to us looking, but we're like, oh, let me look at it. I
Yeah.
still do that. I'm like, well, let me see. Okay, I don't know
Maura
what's
told us a funny story.
What? Oh, good.
No, just when you were shooting some scenes and there'd be a lot of corpses
yeah.
and people had to pretend to be dead, and that you'd be talking
Yeah, you forget
as
they're
if they
there.
were dead, and you'd be
Yeah.
putting things down on top.
We would put ours, like, our sides down on top. Like, it's their body, you know. We would put stuff down and talk, because they don't talk, so you just stand there
Put
and
the
forget
script
that
down on top of
they're
it.
a human person, yeah.
Now you were quite unwell recently. How are you? Are you
I'm good.
over the worst?
Still here, yeah.
What happened? Can you tell us?
I had breast cancer,
Yeah.
and hopefully I'm better now.
Okay. And did you
as
have?
far as I know.
You went through all the treatments obviously
Yes, I
required
did.
and so forth, and you're in better. You're in good shape. Are you happy?
Yes, yeah. Well, define happiness, but yeah.
Well, that's another day's
No.
work, and philosophers are still trying to answer
Yes.
that one. And how long will you be in Ireland for the production of the play?
I had to touch for that.
Okay.
I have to. It's like I can't not.
Another Irish.
Sure.
Is that Irish?
Yeah, that's pretty
The
Irish, isn't it?
universal
Just
language
good.
of
Till the end of March.
till the end of March. And I think Ray Fiennes is playing this role that you're playing in the West
He
End.
played it in the West End.
Jeff
I saw
Daniels,
that show. It's,
did you?
it's an absolutely brilliant play. It's really, really funny. It's incredibly funny. Very
I
well
saw it
written.
on Broadway as well.
So was it Jeff Daniels in Broadway?
Yeah.
Okay, and Arlo Hanlon in Ireland.
Yes.
You're in good company there.
Yes,
Or they're in
absolutely.
good company where they are. I don't know, either way. The best of luck with it, Maura. Thanks for coming in Ireland. Thank you very much
Thanks
indeed.
very
Maura
much.
Tierney, Arlo Hanlon, ladies and gentlemen. God of Carnage is at the Gate Theatre from the 8th of February, ladies and gentlemen.